What's going on, guys? It's your boy the GCC, and today we're talking about the top 5 Clone Wars sets that LEGO needs to make. If you guys enjoyed today's video, go ahead, give it a thumbs up. Now let's get into our first set. Alright guys, the first set that we're going to be talking about is the invasion of Cato Nemoidia. I'm pretty sure I pronounced that right, but if I didn't, go ahead and correct me. So of course you're getting a Anakin Interceptor and a Ahsoka Tano Interceptor, which looks absolutely fantastic. I feel like we haven't gotten an Ahsoka Starship since like 2008 or 2009, and of course we did have Anakin's Interceptor, I want to say back in 2019 or 2020, so that is fairly recent. But I just love the design of these ships. I think it would be awesome to get these in like a one set type of thing instead of buying two separate sets. So I definitely could see this set going for probably a nice $50 or $60, maybe closer to that 60 or 70 maybe, just because the size of the ships and, you know, with LEGO's price increases and stuff like that. The minifigure selection looks pretty decent. Of course, you would get a Ahsoka Tano, which is pretty standard for the set. Of course, an Anakin Skywalker. It looks like you would get a Phase 2 Captain Rex. It'd be a great way to get him in the cheaper set instead of the UCS Venator. It looks like you would get R2-D2, and then I want to say like R3. I don't know, Ahsoka's droid, so it'd be cool to have a nice remake of Ahsoka's droid. But the ships themselves look pretty good. You would have some interior space to fit your minifigures, and of course, for your droids, of course, those wings would be able to fold up, and that's about it. But overall, what an amazing set. Now let's move on to our next set. Alright guys, the next set that we're going to be talking about today is the Republic Edda class shuttle. Now, this was primarily featured in Clone Wars Season 5 with Obi-Wan Kenobi and like the Darth Maul type of arc, but it was also featured in, I think, the Mortis arc, I want to say in Clone Wars Season 3 or 4, but you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. I really love this ship. I think this is awesome. We had, you know, previously the T6 shuttle, and obviously we are getting a new T6 shuttle, but based off the Ahsoka show coming out on September 1st, but this is kind of like the other side of stuff, so it would kind of be like similar colors, I guess, but this would be more of a white instead of a gray and, you know, stuff like that. But it looks like you would have some great interior space, so you could fit all your minifigures in there, have them doing different tasks in there, but also you have that cockpit space, which uses a nice like domed piece, which is nice. I feel like we don't really get to see that often. The wings would fold up and down, kind of similar to the Bad Batch shuttle, which you can obviously lift off the top, and then you can push that back down, and the wings can fold down. You can fly it around, but also you can just push them back up, and like I'm assuming you would have some landing gear on the bottom. I'm assuming you would also get some spring-loaded missiles or some stud shooters. I feel like that's pretty standard to Star Wars ships, and overall I think this is a really cool set. I definitely could see this set probably going for like $70. I feel like that's pretty fair. I want to say the Ahsoka T6 shuttle is going to be $80, so yeah, so definitely around the $70 or $80. The minifigure selection looks pretty good, so it looks like you would get a updated Clone Wars Obi-Wan Kenobi, an updated Darth Maul with those like mechanical legs, which would be awesome to have again. I feel like we haven't had him in a while. We would get a brand new Hondo Ohnaka minifigure. We haven't seen him, I feel like, since like 2009 or 2010. Then it looks like you would get a 212th Trooper. I feel like that's kind of random to throw in here, so I would throw maybe like another Pirate or maybe like a Savage Opress or something. You know, of course, we need Savage Opress back in LEGO minifigure form. But what an amazing set. Now let's move on to our next set. Alright guys, you know what time it is. It is meme set time, and today we have beach ready Qui-Gon Jinn. Of course, this is featured in the behind the scenes footage of the Phantom Menace. Of course, he has his umbrella, his water bottle, and then of course his little towel over his head. I think this is an awesome minifigure. He's rocking the sunglasses. Of course, you can see Liam Neeson on the left and George Lucas on the right, just a chilling, which is awesome. I would love to see this maybe for the May 4th promo or just in a meme set or something like that. The minifigure itself looks amazing though, and I would love to get this rendition of Qui-Gon Jinn. I just hope LEGO makes this soon. Now let's move on to our next set. Alright lads, the next set that we're going to be talking about today is the Acclamator class assault ship. I really love this ship. Obviously this was featured prominently in the Clone Wars TV show, and of course in, I think at the end of the Attack of the Clones movie. Of course, it looks like you would get a solid lineup of minifigures, of course being Anakin Skywalker, Phase 2 Captain Rex. I'm assuming that's ARC Trooper 5s. It looks like Commander Appo. I'm pretty sure it's Commander Appo. Correct me if I'm wrong. Then a couple of 501st Troopers, which is awesome. I would love to get some more 501st Troopers, and I think be a great way, of course, to get that Commander Appo minifigure, and of course that 5s minifigure. I know we are getting a Phase 2 Captain Rex figure in the vendor class Star Destroyer later this year, and I just think the Acclimator would go great up against the UCS Venator. Of course, this would probably be a play scale version, so I definitely could see this set going for around that $160 to $180 mark, which I think is very appropriate. Obviously, that ship would be able to open up, and you could slap all your minifigures in there, and you can have them doing different tasks and stuff like that. I just think it would be awesome. Of course, like the bridge, you know, and the command center, and just all that different stuff, which I think is awesome. I'm assuming you would have some flick fire missiles that you could shoot off the side. You would also probably have that carrying stick that pops out of the ship, so you can easily carry your ship, which I think is awesome. I definitely think this is an awesome set, and I'm hoping LEGO makes this one day. Now let's move on to our next set. All right, lads, the final set that we're going to be talking about today is the Siege on Urbana. Obviously, this was featured in Clone Wars Season 7 when, you know, Ahsoka Tano returns, and then it goes into the Siege of Mandalore and stuff like that. But I love that scene in the Clone Wars. Definitely go check that out if you haven't seen it already. Looks like the minifigure selection would be pretty decent. Of course, your standard Anakin Skywalker, Obi-Wan Kenobi, a couple of 212th clone troopers, that tactical droid, which looks insane. We haven't had a tactical droid, I think, since 2008 or 2009. Correct me if I'm wrong. And then a couple of B1 battle droids. As I said before, I would love to see a couple of B2 super battle droids or commando droids, or just something different, you know? It's like, I feel like LEGO keeps giving us those B1 battle droids, and I just want to see something new and different. It also looks like you would get another spider droid, which kind of disappoints me, honestly. Throw a crab droid in this set, that would make it so much better. But honestly, that tactical droid, I'm sorry guys, it just looks absolutely amazing. The tri droid, I love that as well. Of course, it has its classic blue and gray color scheme from the Clone Wars, and I'm assuming that head would rotate and you could shoot some missiles off of it and stuff like that. But it looks amazing. I definitely could see a set going for around that $70 to $80, just depending on how big the set is. And you know, with LEGO's price increases, who knows? Congratulations guys, you have made it to the end of the video. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I had a fun time putting it together, and I definitely think LEGO needs to make some of these awesome Clone Wars sets. Shout out to Brick Wizard of 59, Brick Set Ideas, and Star Wars Photoshop for making these awesome sets. I'll put a link to their Instagrams down in the description below. If you guys enjoyed today's video or you're new to the channel, go ahead, hit that subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. You would help out the channel big time, and honestly, you would make my day. Also, go ahead, give this video a thumbs up. Again, I'd really appreciate it, and you would help out the video big time. I know I say that a lot, guys, but it really would mean a lot. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you in the next one.